Chasing Ghosts. I am Paris Smith. This is my channel for mostly motorcycle content. Has some guitar stuff and stuff like that in it. And I'm just kind of commuting along here. And then thought I'd film something because, well, I hadn't filmed anything in a little while. Feeling kind of down and depressed and all that crap, and all the rain that we've had recently didn't help. I can say that riding my cage, driving it, whatever, to work yesterday in the most spectacular... Okay. Where was I? My thing died. I was saying riding my cage to work in the most spectacular thunderstorm, driving, whatever. I guess a side effect of doing the moto vlogging and stuff like that is I couldn't help but think what an amazing picture that would have made. I mean, the sky was just lit up with lightning. The rain was coming down sideways. And it was just crazy, you know? But that's life for you. That is life. I was in my cage. Probably a good thing too, because that weather was bad. And a lot of the construction companies aren't really cleaning their roads up very good. So you had just like this slime mud all over the road. And that shit sucks. Be right back. Okay. Don't get the spicy gas. Get the good stuff. Spicy gas goes in the truck. Does not go on the bike. Those are gas prices. Premium's $4.19. Cash is $3.19 for regular. They don't. Yeah, they still call it unleaded. Used to not be regular. Because growing up, we had a choice between leaded or unleaded. And now it's just unleaded because it's all been phased out. And if you need lead, you got to go buy it. So that is what it is. They charge you more money to not put the lead in the gas. Heard somebody say, oh yeah, but they got to take the lead out. No. They put the lead in the gas to take the knock out of it because the octane rating used to be a lot lower on the gasoline. I mean, when people started driving cars and bikes and stuff across the country, we still had people making gasoline and what was basically a whiskey still. And yes, you can do that. So just look it up sometime. You'll see what I'm talking about. And if you're a prepper, it would also be a good idea to look that up. Not only how to make your own alcohol, but you can make a lot of other things with the same general kind of setup. You know, you're just separating the stuff out with heat. And a lot of it, and they figured out how to get it a lot hotter and how to split the carbon molecules and those little strands and get higher and higher octane ratings. You know, I mean, that 87 would have been race gas back in the 20s. So I gotta go to work. I don't want to do this. Does anybody else not want to do this? I don't want to go to work. I want to ride my fucking bike. I know, language. It's not ladylike. Oh, fuck, I'm not ladylike. So, anyways, which way do I want to go? I will go this way. Random thoughts of a biker that's lost her freaking mind. Anyways, the weather wasn't helping with my mood. My bills weren't helping with it. I had some other things in my life that weren't helping with it. And and just anxiety in general. And I can't really take being around a lot of people most of the time. You know, that is what it is. I'm like, why is that intersection wet? But I'm riding like Methuselah over here. Let's obey the traffic laws. Fuck the traffic laws. It's about to get cold. I'm only doing 20 over. We're good. I'm fucking riding Miss Daisy over here. Hey, back in her day, that might not have been a bad job. But anyways, I gotta go pay for this freaking motorcycle, so that means I have to go to work. And that's what we're doing. For those that don't know, a lot of the reason I ride a motorcycle is PTSD related, and anxiety and depression and all that good stuff, and combine that with the ADD and the OCD and all that kind of crap that I had before. And yeah, the motorcycle helps greatly with that. Not that it helps my brain. My brain is still just as fucking scrambled as it's always been. You know. Not being able to ride does not do me good. Like, what was that Keanu Reeves quote? It's not good for my health. Yeah, it's seriously not good for my health. I have to be doing something. I always have to be doing something occupied. I can't sit still. I can't just like sit in the silence. If I'm gonna do that, I need to go to sleep or something. And it's just, it's not good in any regard. It is not good. Come on, dude, come on. Talking to them like they're puppies that I'm trying to coax into doing something. Come on, boy, come on. You're a good boy. You can go. The light's green. Anyways, that's part of the reason why my mind's all skipping around and shit. I kind of bounce from subject to subject, and the other is just literally my brain getting scrambled. I've had a lot of head injuries. A lot. And last time I was talking to my doctor, I do have a problem with words sometimes, and I can't remember. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I know what the object is. I can describe it to you. I could probably rebuild it. I could make it better. You know. It'll be bigger. It'll be faster. It'll be stronger. It'll be better. But I can't tell you what the freaking name is. And I'm supposed to get a lot of testing that I never have time for because I also have a job. It's like, I got up yesterday, I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning, I clocked in. I got to work before 5:30, but I clocked in at 5:30 because I have other stuff I need to do before I actually clock in and start my logbook. And I ended up splitting my log, doing all kinds of crap, unloading. And the place I was unloading, they've got their own bureaucracy and just insanity. And they had issues with paperwork. I had to go to several different spots in the same plant to unload the same product. I was running a pump truck, not a pump truck, a vac truck, and I was pumping the product off of it. It wasn't a vac truck. It's a pneumatic. Big dry bulk tank. It's got like 4 hoppers on it. That was interesting. Just, I'll put it nicely and say that was interesting because I was very frustrated. I ended up getting home at like 1:30 in the morning. Mind you, I woke up at 2 a.m. and I get home at 1:30 in the morning. So kids, get your education. Like, I can make good money. I'm broke right now because of numerous reasons. I'm riding this to work because I can't afford to drive my truck, and I had to drive it 3 days this week. And I can't afford food. I can't afford anything right now. That's another thing. I've been majorly pissed off because I've been hungry. And hunger just does not put me in a good mood. There's a big hole over there. Bounced off my helmet. I think it was a bug. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was. Where was I? Oh. So saying something about, it's like amniotic, whatever, aphasia, which is like brain damage to the language portion of your brain. Supposed to get testing for that. CTE. A bunch of other stuff. Basically, they just need to scan my brain and take it apart. You know? And say, what is wrong? What gears are broken? Oh my God, they're all broken. What happened? How is this thing even functioning? It's like wooden cogs. They're all rotted and broken, but they're turning. But motorcycle helps tremendously with everything. Look, now little trailer homes. I think those are all like repoed trailer homes over there. In the apocalypse, it'd make a great little city, village, whatever. They're all abandoned. Thank you, my friend. This is technically Dayton city limits. Did I pass my exit? There's an overpass before my exit though, and I gotta turn there. So I did not pass my exit, but it's already Dayton. Why is the city limits? disease of concrete growing with its mini malls and strip centers and gas stations and all that stuff popping up like some kind of pox on the earth. We're dealing with the disease of taxation. I believe that's what we're dealing with here. And why the city limit sign is that far out. The town's 10 miles that way. It's a small town. It doesn't need to be there. That would be due to taxation. And all this farmland that people are looking at pretty soon, wanting to make it like maybe put a Lowe's there or a Walmart or something, and all the feeder stores that pop up around them. Originally the Walmart put all them stores out of business. Now they got their own stores that are going to pop up. At a Walmart, you gotta get like a McDonald's or something inside it. You gotta get a couple of restaurants outside, a Chili's, or this, or that, and the other. Okay, my phone died again, or my thing. I don't know why it's shutting off like that. It shouldn't be doing it. But anyways, you're gonna be getting all those feeder businesses in there that are feeding off the larger business. Your Chili's, your Jack in a Box, your whatever your local restaurant is. They're going to be right there next to the Walmart because they know you're going to the Walmart. And they want to hop in on that, you know. They want a little piece of that money that you're spending. Doesn't matter that you and your friends used to run through the woods shooting squirrels and shit right there where the Walmart is, you know. Doesn't matter. Nothing matters. It's just all consuming. It's gonna take you eventually. But at least the roads are a little bit better than here. Because these roads suck. It's the price you have to pay. You have to lose everything that's good and pure in this world. Like, look at those cows. Look at those beautiful cows. Look at the baby. Look at the donkey. You gotta lose all that for a smooth road. Is it worth it? I don't know if it's worth it. I can just buy an ADV bike and go back to work on that, you know? Maybe it's not worth it. The babies. Look at that ass. Lose everything that's good and pure in the world just so the county will fix the road. I don't know. Quick right up here. No need in getting too fast. The road is right up here. I'll stop in here and get some food one day if they're actually open to the public. Those signs give me heart attacks. I'm always on roads that are no through trucks, just because. There's a little like taqueria restaurant right there. I never see it open. I don't know. Maybe it closed. maybe. I don't know. Yeah, this road ain't smooth. You can still see all the scars from all the irrigation, the farming, that it's like civil. That means civilization. It's nothing really bad. It just means that, hey, humans have the ability to grow food and store it and prosper and live through the winter. It's not completely 100% hand to mouth. Your hand can put a few things away for the winter. That's kind of what it means. When the pothole is a quarter mile long and it's a groove in the road. Look at that shit. I know that's from me and my other job. Well, my only real job. The one that pays money. That job. So we shall find the turn. Another thing about taking off quick is it gives you time to be a dumbass and say, where the fuck am I? Without having somebody run into you from the ass end. I'll just be a dumbass. That was way too low a gear. I'll just be a dumbass. Ridiculous. Country roads. 15 cars in the front yard. Are they up on blocks, or do they have sort of a car business going on, legal or not? I don't care. You know, fuck the government, the IRS, all them. You want to sell cars out of your front yard and not include the IRS in the transaction? I have no problems with that whatsoever. They take too much of my money. which is bad. I'm sitting here, I don't have money for food, but I pay more in taxes than a lot of people make. Do you know how screwed up that is? Number one, that people make that little money. And, well, I can understand if you're like a college kid or something like that. You know, you're going to school, there's a reason for it. But there's people in their 30s and 40s, and they're making that little money. You know? They're working at like McDonald's or something, and they're not the manager. What is wrong? Part of that, in some cases, I'm sure, is just laziness. No ambition, no anything. And part of that is lack of opportunity, you know? Whereas your grandfather had the opportunity that you will never have to come out here and buy all this land for pennies on the dollar because the government wanted people on it. You know, we're talking through the 1900s and stuff like that. You know, one of my grandfathers bought a lot of land when it went from being open range to sold to the public, and that's really where he got a lot of his money. And those opportunities aren't here today. There's just a lot of things like that where it was a lot cheaper for people to buy a home, build a home, get land. All those foundational things just aren't here anymore. And that job that you used to be able to go work, it isn't there. They're replacing them with bullshit jobs, and people are like, you're not willing to work for just whatever they'll give you? Well, there's a problem with that. Okay, guy goes, he goes to work for wages that are below the poverty line. So now that is a tax on me. Because he's working there trying to feed his family, that is a tax on me. How is it a tax on me? Because now he's collecting welfare because he doesn't make enough money to survive. So I'm getting taxed to pay the difference in his wages. But he doesn't have another job available that doesn't have the skills for it, you know? There's so many things going on. Now you can get skills, but it takes time, and once you're out in the working world, it is so hard to just stop everything you're doing and go get training, you know, go to college, go do something else, because work takes so much of your time. You know, why are we in this position? Why is that job that used to be in like Ohio now in Vietnam? But then again, it's not just that. Even faster than outsourcing to other countries, or faster than migrants coming into the country, whatever, take our jobs and all that. We have this thing called AI. We combined it with automation and mechanization, and that is killing all of us. Don't worry about Pedro or who or whatever is coming over here, you know, whatever their name is. Don't worry about them. Look at that robot. That computer brain they're putting in that machine. That forklift that doesn't have anybody sitting on it and hasn't had anybody sitting on it for 20 years at places like, you're loading beer in St. Louis and it's all automated. Last time I went there, everything was automated. All the forklifts were computerized, except for the ones that actually put the pallets on your trailer. The rest of it was all automized. It was a computer. You know, we had that stuff even in the 80s. There's a famous story about one place where the forklifts changed the song, because they'd have a song playing and the forklifts would be picking all the orders on their own at night, and they came back, the song was changed, and apparently the forklifts decided to do that. Guess that's where it all starts. I don't know. Yeah. Why are we in this position? Maybe it's just like, you know, all these businesses and corporations, they get so big and they pop. They start swallowing up other corporations and businesses, and they get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then they pop and they go bust. Maybe countries are the same way. Maybe anything's the same way. You know? Doesn't matter if it's the Roman Empire or the United States or the British Empire, or, you know, or if it's some trucking company that just went over and laid off, that just went under and laid off thousands of drivers after they spent the last decade buying up every other dying company. Maybe that's the nature of things. And none of this is sustainable long term. I know our economic models aren't sustainable long term. Doesn't matter which one you look at either, because they all have the problem of they all basically end up with the same damn problem. And the only way they can grow is to keep producing. And they got to keep producing more and more and more and more. And once that production levels out, which you would think that should be good, it's level. Oh no, you're failing. Or at least that's the way they look at it, is you're failing. And businesses go under because they're on par, you know? They're making the same amount of money as they did last year. But they can't, you know, they can't prove growth or anything like that. Everything's dependent on growth. Maybe that growth isn't necessary. Maybe there's a happy point that you need to kind of stop that and be content. I don't know. Random thoughts that are just boiling through my head. Same with our houses though. You want this, you want that, you want that, and we keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and more shit. Now grandpa hasn't given his house to you. He's got a new mortgage on a new house at 70 years old, and so you lose the generational wealth. That's not being handed down anymore. The banks are getting it, because you can't afford it when grandma dies, or grandpa, so you're going to sell it and that corporation's going to buy it. But I will catch you later. Adios.